The German government has said it would like to hear from the US whistleblower Edward Snowden if he could shed any light on the alleged hacking of Chancellor Angela Merkel's phone calls. Mr. Snowden, who's currently enjoying temporary asylum in Russia, has met a German Green MP in Moscow. But his lawyer says he can't go to Germany because of fears he could be extradited to the United States. Harry Smith reports.
He seemed determined to emphasise his credentials as a Green politician as he arrived on two wheels for a hastily arranged press conference. But on this occasion, Hans Christian Strubella was more interested in promoting his role as an international peace broker. In his hand was a letter from the man who is arguably America's most wanted fugitive. Edward Snowden and the Green parliamentarian had both put their signatures to it when they met in Moscow. As Strubella said, it amounted to an offer to help his government investigate the extent of United States spying on his country and its leader.
Kann sich vorstellen, nach Deutschland zu kommen.
He can imagine coming to Germany if it's safe for him to stay in Germany or in a similar country afterwards, and he'll be safe there.
Dort sicher ist.
This means, legally speaking, safe conduct and afterwards asylum or the right of residence.
The offer by Snowden came just after the US Secretary of State, speaking via a video link to a conference in London, admitted American surveillance had gone too far.
There is no question that the President and I and others in government have actually learned of some things that have been happening in many ways on an automatic pilot because the technology is there, the ability has been there over the course of a long period of time.
Germany's Interior Minister said he would welcome any help from Edward Snowden.
Also wie gesagt, wir sind dankbar, wenn irgendwas kommt, egal ob durch Herrn Ströbele.
We're thankful for anything that comes out of it, no matter if it's through Mr. Strobella or letters or anything else, and we will find a way, if Mr. Snowden is willing to speak to the German authorities, that this conversation will become possible.
But one former security analyst who now writes on state eavesdropping says Snowden would have little of use to say to the Germans.
There's a lot of politics back and forth now between the US and the European countries. At this point, I think Edward Snowden is more of a minor player. It's really his documents that are speaking, and that's where the information lies. It's not things he knows. It's all the documents that are coming to light. So I think meetings with him and world leaders are far less important than these documents becoming public that detail the kind of things the NSA is doing.
There's also the problem that Germany has an extradition treaty with its close ally, the United States, and the conditions of Snowden's asylum in Russia put limits on what he can say. It's unlikely he'll be free to leave Moscow anytime soon.